To facts tight, gotta make this moment last. We bringing go, half strip like in the candy with style. It's about to get wild. Let the raiders fall. Yeah, let the truth unfold. Las Vegas in our veins, like a story told. People went through the speakers, shaking up your soul. Yeah, we Lunatik real. Always on the road. On the strip like some insights, navigate the night. Truth in every state, painted pictures so right. Love to with a brand new secret. Yo, no, listen to the soul star. Pull your organ that you can't ignore. The heart of Vegas need. The words you can't ignore. Let the raiders fall. Yeah, let the truth unfold. Las Vegas in our veins, like a story told. Yeah, people went through the speakers, shaking up your soul. The Lunatic Radio Show, always on the road. Skyline to the desert, feel the rhythm of the beat. We're setting in the stage, making history in the heat. Voices rise and fall in a city that never sleeps. Yeah, the radio show keeps spinning. The secrets Vegas keeps. Let the raiders roll. Let the truth unfold. Las Vegas in our veins, like a story told. Yeah, keep moving through the speakers, shaking up your soul. Yeah, the Lunatic Radio Show, always on the road. The city like splash me, right through the biggest night news on the radio. About to hit another high, everything you wanna know. But the scoop make it fast. To facts tight, gotta make this moment last. We bringing go, half strip like in the candy with style. It's about to get wild. Let the raiders fall. Yeah, let the truth unfold. Las Vegas in our veins, like a story told. People went through the speakers, shaking up your soul. Yeah, we Lunatic real. Always on the road. On the strip like some insights, navigate the night. Truth in every state, painted pictures so right. Love to with a brand new secret. Yo, no, listen to the soul star. Pull your organ that you can't ignore. The heart of Vegas need. The words you can't ignore. Let the raiders fall. Yeah, let the truth unfold. Las Vegas in our veins, like a story told. Yeah, people went through the speakers, shaking up your soul. The Lunatic Radio Show, always on the road. Skyline to the desert, feel the rhythm of the beat. We're setting in the stage, making history in the heat. Voices rise and fall in a city that never sleeps. Yeah, the radio show keeps spinning. The secrets Vegas keeps. Let the raiders roll. Let the truth unfold. Las Vegas in our veins, like a story told. Yeah, keep moving through the speakers, shaking up your soul. Yeah, the Lunatic Radio Show, always on the road. City like splash me, right through the biggest night news on the radio. About to hit another high, everything you wanna know. But the scoop make it fast. To facts tight, gotta make this moment last. We bringing go, half strip like in the candy with style. It's about to get wild. Let the raiders fall. Yeah, let the truth unfold. Las Vegas in our veins, like a story told. People went through the
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Welcome.
They're here.
Rise, my nation. Gather around and prepare. Our pride will be restored. Our shadow will fall with wicked damnation. Rise, my nation. Rise. This is your nation. This is our nation. This is the Raider Nation. Can you dig it?
What it is, Raider Nation, what it is, happy Tuesday, happy, joy. Yes, indeed, man, we're on our way to another weekend of football. We take on the Chicago Doodle Bears at, we take on the Chicago Bears at Allegiant Stadium. We're here at home Sunday afternoon, man. Can we bounce back and get back on track and get our record to 2-2? Like I said, out of the first 4 games, 2-2 is not bad. 1-3, bad. You know what I mean? So if we can come back to fight and hit for 500, we good. Today's show, we're going to talk about the offensive line. What do we need to do to fix it? I got a couple of shorts of videos from Q Myers, Lincoln Kennedy, the Raider squad talking about this particular subject as well. What do we need to do? Is it Geno's fault? Is it Genty's fault? Is it the offensive line's fault? We're going to break into it, man. But once again, welcome to the Lunatic Raider Show with your host, Lunatic Raider, right here on Raiders Allegiance, man. Shout out to everybody pulling up and those that's on Instagram, on X, formerly known as Twitter, as well as the Facebook group, Raiders Allegiance, man. Let's get into it, man. Shout out to the world's most dangerous chat, man. We got a new member in the building. Yes, indeed. Shout out to Willie Darwin. Salute to you, man. I appreciate you, man. Welcome to Raiders Allegiance, man. The Allegiance, that's right. We got Raider Paul in the building, man, and he dropping it on you.
From out of town. There you go.
Of course, my guy Eric Holloway in the building, man, doing the same thing.
From out of town. There you go.
S.A. Big Dog, what it is, man. Salute to you. Top of the afternoon, bottom of the evening, wherever you at in the country, in the world, man. Welcome to the Lunatic Raider Show, man. For real. Robert Pena, what it is, what it was, and what it always shall be, man. One nation. That's right. Let's get it. Sacktown Raider Mike in the building, man. You know what it is.
From out of town. There you go.
Yes, indeed, man. We in here in full effect, man. Let me go down there and catch up with the chat, because y'all got your track shoes on. My 2 cents in the building, man. Salute to you. Hope all is well. Yes, sir. Raider Knight in the building, man. Coming back with it.
From out of town. There you go.
Yes, indeed. We're going to talk about it today. We definitely going to talk about it today. The O-line is something that concerns me, and it still concerns me. Do they have to play musical chairs at certain positions on the O-line? Do you go get new guys up in here that's free agents just roaming the streets? Do you get rid of Brendan Carroll? Or do you keep Brendan Carroll and swap him out with Joe Philbin and let Philbin take control of the offensive line? There's a lot of different directions that we can do or go into improving the weak link. Let's just call it what it is. It's a weak link. You know what I mean? So we're going to get there and see what happens, man. But we're going to talk about it today. Yes, sir. Raider Fontaine in the building, man. Salute to you. Hope all is well. Yes, sir. Let me see. Dang, y'all down here further away. Just Raiders, baby, in the building, man. Salute to you, bruh. Hey, thank you for pulling up, man. Appreciate it. Yes, sir. Let me see what else we got up in the building, man. I got to catch up, man. Y'all, I had a little technical difficulties this morning. That's why I'm running a little late. I was trying to get things ran up, but I'm doing all this. I'm chopping up video. I'm downloading it. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. And like when I have my son on the weekends, he games on my computer system. So he come here and him and his partners could connect, and they be doing Roblox. I guess they got this soccer game they be playing, talking shit. Hey, it'd be funny. I be listening to him and his partners. Mike G in the building, man. What it is, man. Salute to you. Hope all is well. Hold on, I'm getting down here. I'm trying to get down here, man, for real. Salute everybody. Be Al in the building. Salute to you, my brother. Hope all is well, man, for real. Alfredo the boss with the sauce in the building. Hey, we in here today. I see y'all. Yeah, Chip Kelly got to do better too, though. But at the same time, it's hard to run your plays when you have a quarterback that's constantly being under distress. Geno Smith was out there running around like a chicken with his head cut off. If you're Genty, you're a running back. And if you got more negative yards, that means the defensive line is penetrating your O-line. It's getting in the backfield before you get started. I got some video breakdown of Lincoln Kennedy and Q Myers breaking down some the scenario of this offensive line, and it all makes the same sense. You know what I mean? It's not Geno, and it's not Ashton Genty. You could question some of the things that Chip Kelly has done, but there's plays out there that out of the same formation and play calling that he made that Genty was beasting when they were blocking. When they gave Geno, you got to look at what Geno did. With a bad offensive line, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions, and 260 something yards passing. But the man out of 29 passes, he was hurried 25 times. Come on, bruh. 25 out of 29. How you going to be, regardless of who called the play? Jesus Christ could have called the Hail Mary, and it still wouldn't have been able to get off because of that O-line wasn't even given enough time for Geno Smith to get the ball off. And the only reason why that they can look at the stat and say that Geno was one of the quarterbacks to hold the ball the longest is because he was scrambling. Of course he was holding the ball longer than usual, running around trying to make something happen. That O-line ain't giving, he can't even sit in the pocket. If he's sitting in the pocket, he's getting sacked every time. How many times did he get sacked this past game? 4 or 5 times? Again? That's not the play calling. You know what I mean? You got to call a spade a spade. Let me see. Alfredo. Let me see. My 2 cents. Mike G. Robert Pena. SoCal. Sacktown Raider Mike in the building, man. Salute to you. Hope all is well. Let me see. I'm trying to get down here so we get this going, man. Jason Downs in the building, man. Salute to you. Hope all is well with you. Raider Knight. I'm getting down to the end. I'm trying to get down here, man. I'll leave no Raider behind. Hey, I seen a cat post up on Instagram. He's retiring after 25 years of being a Raider fan. You were never a motherfucking Raider fan. I said it. You was never a fan. 25 years as a fan, and you now retiring as a fan of the Raiders because this team is ass. That's what you said. This team is ass. Yeah, right. They playing like ass, but when they start winning, don't come back. Nope. You go find you another whole ass team for another whole ass fan. I said that shit. Eagle Terran in the building. Let me see. Oh, Eagle Terran dropping them things on them, man, for real.
Matter time. There you go.
Willie Gray in the building, man. Hey, we up in here today. I like this shit. Man, for real. Geno was already running before the snap. Ain't that and that's pretty much what it summed it up. Tongue in cheek, but that's what it is. And I know, pause. Not tongue in butt cheek, tongue in your own cheek. It's a figure of speech. Meaning you're being sarcastic, facetious, and all that other good shit. All right, let me see. I'm ready to get into these snippets, man. I think that's it. All right. Shout out to everybody that's here for the first time. If you are here for the first time, please subscribe to the channel, share the video, like the video. Most importantly, like the video. Leave a comment if you like to help the algorithm do what it does and does what it do. as well as hitting that notification bell so you can be notified of all the content I release, even what? Breaking news. Salute to all y'all. All right, man, let's get into it, man. Without further ado, so I was listening to the Raiders squad with Q Myers, Lincoln Kennedy, and they were making some great points about the offensive line. The things that they were saying, it all adds up, makes sense, and it's showing you. All you got to do is sit back and look at the numbers, and the numbers tell you. The numbers will always tell on you. The numbers don't lie unless you fabricate them. That's the only way the numbers can lie, if you fabricate the numbers. So with that being said, man, let's get into what Q Myers had said about this O-line situation, which we already know because we've seen it with our own eyes. And please, God, have mercy on our O-line this weekend against. Please don't let us lose to a guy that's going to get fingernail polish all over the balls. Pause. Getting fingernail polish all over the ball and out there in a Chicago Bear motherfucking uniform with fucking wearing lashes and shit. Come on, man, let's go.
This has to be one of the worst O-lines in the league, and they're very, very tough to watch. Q, go ahead.
No, Lincoln said it great last week, when you asked about the O-line, and he said, guys, I'm not going to lie, I'll say it for all of us. I'm very concerned.
This has to be one of the worst O-lines in the league. And they're very, very tough to watch. Q, go ahead.
No, Lincoln said it great last week, when you asked about the O-line, and he said, guys, I'm not going to lie, I'll say it for all of us. I'm very concerned. Well, the reason why he was very concerned, it reared its ugly head on Sunday, right? And look, one of the things I didn't do, and I shouldn't do, shame on me, I didn't give credit to Washington for being a hell of a defensive line and a defensive unit in general. I mean, they've got HOFers on that squad, right? Von Miller is the easy gold jacket. Bobby Wagner is going to have a gold jacket. Deron Payne, I'm the guy that yells Roll Tide for no reason. I have no affiliation, but I understand. He's a hell of a defensive lineman as well. So I got to give those guys credit, but they also exposed the mess out of the Raiders, right? I mean, Ashton Jeanty ran the rock 17 times, and 11 out of his 17 carries, he was met at the line of scrimmage or behind the line of scrimmage by a defender. He had six clean times that he was actually able to try to get something going on the ground. And in those 6 times, he did. And the other times, he was trying to make chicken salad out of you-know-what, right? It wasn't really working at all. And so the offensive line has clear holes in it. Maybe getting JPJ back this week. If in fact he does get back this week, obviously has to wait and see. I don't want to assume anything. I assumed he was going to play last week and he didn't. So we'll see what happens, but maybe that helps out a little bit. But all in all, man, this is a work in progress and it's slow grinding, it seems like, for this offensive line.
And there you have it. 11 times Ashton Jeanty was either met at the line of scrimmage or behind it. But yet he still had how many yards did he rush this time? 60-something yards on, 17 carries? 11 times, bruh. He started off in the hole. -0 yards or negative yards out of 11 carries. That's telling me the offensive line is not holding up against the defensive line. They're allowing these guys to penetrate and stopping the run. But when they did, every blue moon, more times than not, he got stopped in the backfield or at the line of scrimmage more than times. And he got 6 rushes. 6 rushes is what he got off for 60-some yards. Now, if you got rid of the negative and 0 yardage, that's over 10 yards a carry. That's over 10 yards a carry. On the 6 runs that he had a hole to run through. And I be hearing all these other, what's dude, Ryan, whatever the fuck his name is, saying, oh, he's not what we thought he was. Bruh, every time he bust. Pause. All on their face. Every time. When he had an opportunity to go hit a hole, man, how many spin move, running motherfuckers? He has all the attributes of a great running back. But he can't do shit if the line don't do shit. So that's one indicative part of what the line is not doing is by the run game. See, I'm going to show you how it all just comes back to the run game. So we see, not the run game, but the offensive line. So we know the offensive line is not blocking for Ashton Jeanty, opening holes, let him get a seam and get in through that motherfucking busted. Because we've seen what he can do when he gets a hole. He busts it open. Ha ha ha. Pornhub style. He Pornhubs it. He busts it open. Give him a little hole, and he's busting it open. Wide open. Yeah, that's right. So let's get into the next part of it, man. This is Lincoln Kennedy. Now he's going to come and bring you the offensive line aspect, and as far as play calling. Now, play calling is a situation as well. Somebody mentioned it with Chip Kelly. Not exactly the play itself, but the formation that the play is being ran out of. That's the key. So here, let's go, man. Hit this shit up one time, man. One time. Let me see if I can find it. And here's Lincoln Kennedy on the offensive line as well.
You know, it doesn't take a whole lot of effort to displace a person when you're run blocking. Okay. And more times than not, the most the coaches are looking for is sort of a stalemate. Don't get pushed back. We'd love for you to get pushed forward when you're running football, but don't get pushed back. When you get penetration, it denies all the run game. Don't care who you have. Penetration kills unless you're running trap blocks. But even when the Raiders were running trap blocks, they weren't getting any push on the trap blocks. There was no push. The fact is that the trapper met with the defender, stalemated in a hole, which created a big backup, a big pileup in the hole. You can't hit the hole. Much to Q's point, the weakness of this run game has been that Ashton or whoever's back there carrying the football is making cuts in the backfield the moment they get the football. Now, there are a couple of points that I have issues that I'll just share with that first and foremost. I don't like the point of inception. What I mean by that is I do not like them going out of pistol, which is a shotgun quarterback with a running back 3 yards behind. The reason why is now with that running back 3 yards behind the quarterback who's set at 5 yards of shotgun, that puts you 8 yards off of the line of scrimmage. You have 8 yards that you have to catch up before you get to the line of scrimmage. There are so many things that can happen. More times than we've seen than not, it's been penetration. When the Raiders have been able to buy the offensive line or buy the line of scrimmage, they've had successful runs. But when they've had penetration or when you had running backs, the moment they get the handoff, having to make the cut, making a guy miss here, making a guy miss there, for whatever, miscommunication, guys shooting the gaps, penetration, however you want to break it down, it does not work. This is not a physical team yet. Right. The Raiders are not a physical team yet. They do not have it down. They're still trying to figure themselves out. That's why I'm so against lineup changes. Because the thing is, you make a lineup change probably around the bye week because you have some extra time to see how things settle. Right now, the Raiders don't even have a true starting five, so how can they make changes? Go to whom? You want to try off people off the street? Okay, so be it. And I heard that's probably what they're going to be doing, bringing in a few free agents to try them. Until you get them in the lineup and see what they're going to do, you have no idea how they're going to do with the rest of the guys.
Right.
So before you go shopping and you see the cupboard is somewhat bare, here's the thing. You're going to have to put up with it until the next payday because there's really nothing out there that's just flowing. You look at the rest of the offense. There were a lot of offensive lines that had bad games this weekend. There were a lot of offensive lines. I'm not going to go so far as say the Raiders are the worst in the National Football League, but I think they're pretty bad right now. They have to get it because they can't run the ball. They can't pass the ball. There's so many damn 3 and outs. I lose track.
And that's another good point. You know what I mean? Running out the pistol. Now, if you have a great O-line, somebody just mentioned in the chat right now, if you got a great O-line, pistol, fine. You could do a lot out of the pistol. You know what I mean? But without an O-line, it's just piss. It ain't pistol. It's just poor piss play calling. You know what I mean? You don't have an O-line. Why are you running out of pistol? A piss poor excuse. It's pissy. Highest of all pistivity is not the pistol without an O-line. So they're making a lot of their point. They're telling, and then that, like he said, he's hearing that we're going to go look at free agents out there on the streets. Okay, good luck with that one. Now they got to get acclimated to what the system is, the blocking scheme. Then you not only have to do that, if they do implement you into the offensive line as a starter because somebody's not doing their job, how long? Now you got to hit reset for that player to acclimate with the players around him. So now we're going back into the hole. We're in the hole. Now, do you go that route? Do you go the route of let's go ahead and put JPJ back at center? Let's move Meredith back to left guard, and let's get Caleb Rogers at right guard. Get one of these young guys, and let's just see what they can do. I think they can handle themselves, especially if at the guard positions when they're surrounded by not long tooth veterans, but you got DJ Glaze second year. JPJ's second year if you got him back at center. Jordan Meredith did better at left guard than he did at center. Let's go ahead and reshuffle the deck. And all you got to do is add run. I'm not happy with Parham at left guard. Put Meredith back there. Put JPJ back at center. Meredith does not need to be at center. You know what I mean? This is not the time of year to learn a position. To learn one. Now, in college, they did try to convert him to center at the last moment. You know what I mean? But let him play. He did decent at left guard last year. Parham, like I said, no. You're rotational. You're just in case of emergency, break glass. That's what we're gonna use you for. Let Caleb get up in there and I'm hearing Caleb. Hey, he got more potential than Charles Grant. As far as right now, I'm not saying future development, but as far as the way it is right now, Caleb can get in there at at right guard between the JPJ and the Glaze, and he should be okay because he won't be out on an island. He's going to have help to the left and right of him if need be. But I think the supporting group, I think he's going to get after it. He'll get after it. He's going to make mistakes, but that's what's going to develop him, is learning from those mistakes. So what do the Raiders do? Now let's get to the elephant in the room. Brendan Carroll. I talked briefly on that one. Brendan Carroll. Let Joe Philbin take over the offensive line and just let Brennan be like an understudy. You know what I mean? So he can then develop just like we got to develop the young talent on this team into the positions that they're in their roles. We need to do the same thing with coaching. If you got first time or real green guys at coordinator positions, develop them. How? You have a veteran do it just like you do players. If we were to draft a quarterback, who would be mentoring that quarterback? Geno Smith. Well, why we don't do coaches the same way? Not being mentored under the head coach, but be mentored by somebody within the realms of that position group that has a wealth of knowledge, who's done it at a high level and successfully. Joe Philbin was one of the best offensive coordinators that was out there. Green Bay won a Super Bowl offensive coordinator. He goes to Miami. He has Tannehill. Offense automatically jumps from bottom 20 all the way up to 12th, 11th and 12th in offense. Just his first year. The matter of fact, the time he was in Miami, the offense was ranked at least top 12, coming from the pits of hell before he got there. And offensive line is one of his things. That's one of his position groups that his background is in. So let Joe Philbin do his thing and teach Brendan Carroll the ins and outs from an elder perspective to give him knowledge so he can develop into a great offensive line coordinator and maybe one day even take it further to offensive coordinator, because he did do offensive coordinator and offensive line at Washington as well as Arizona. It was Brendan Carroll that was T-Mac, the wide receiver, came into his own under Brendan Carroll as offensive coordinator in Arizona. That was Brendan Carroll that they gave him his breakout year in that offense. So there's potential there. He took Washington, bottom of the country, and brought him up. Let me see. I forgot exactly the ranking that he did at Washington offensive line wise, but college and pro is not the same. See, rather than just jumping straight into the pool, you got to test the waters out. You got to let somebody groom you, somebody give you the knowledge and game you need to succeed when it's your turn. You can't, I know nepotism is a thing, but the whole world works on nepotism. Mark Davis became owner of the team because his dad was the owner and passed away. Rest in peace, Al Davis. But that's wouldn't that be a sort of nepotism? His mom is still alive and was the primary owner because she's the spouse. But she's letting her son do the thing because that's not her interest. That's nepotism. Nepotism is when your cousin say, or your son, or if you're the father and you're working somewhere and he's looking for a summer job, you got hookup because you're the manager. I see it all. I seen sons work at jobs with their dads. My dad had his own company. It was a drywall finisher. Would that be nepotism because he hired me in the summertime when I was out of school to hang sheetrock? Nepotism is everywhere. I mean, it's like I say, the saying goes, it's not bad to use people, it's bad when you misuse them. People don't know the difference between using somebody and misusing them. It's not the same. If I need you as a reference on my application, that's using you. I'm using you as a reference. You know what I mean? So yeah, man, there's a lot of directions this team can go to fix this offensive line. How they do it, we're going to have to wait and see. I'm not going to be down and out. I'm not going to give up on being a Raider fan just because this team is going through their troubles. Everything in life comes to an end, even life itself. So I know there's going to be a day when this losing's going to end. They're going to start winning. They're going to be a contender. And voila. Voila. Look at the punk-ass Chargers. Never won a ring in their life, but yet they're 3-0. But yet, look at the Cleveland Browns. Never won a ring. But yet, or Detroit. But yet, Detroit is one of them teams that's contenders for the Super Bowl. So it's like shit comes to an end. Even being garbage comes to an end, and being great comes to an end. What does it look like with Kansas City? Does it look like there's a window? Every team gets a window. What you do with that window is on you. It's on you. I remember our window real well. 2000, 2001, 2002, we had opportunities of winning 3 Super Bowls. 2000, we lost to the Baltimore Ravens in the AFC Championship. 2001, the Tuck Rule. 2002, we lost in the Super Bowl to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. That was our window. 49ers window, lost in the Super Bowl. Lost in the NFC Championship, lost in the Super Bowl. That window pretty much gone. And now they lost? Bosa gone for the season? I don't know what's going on with in 49er country. But boy, you better buy a lifetime supply of Band-Aids and Ace bandages, because y'all motherfuckers over there looking like Mr. Glass. You know what I mean? It's like y'all can't stay healthy. Man, if everybody went out there and played in a body cast, you'll still break something. Ain't that a bitch? But yeah, man, I mean, right now it's not fine and dandy. There's issues, but we see when things are working, it works. But we got to get to the point of it working, and what's keeping it from not working. Offensive line needs to be addressed. Defense, we need a little more dogs on that. Malcolm Kuntz, where you at, bro? Where you at, Malcolm Kuntz? You getting $12 million this year. Now I understand why Spike Tech gave you a 1-year deal. Prove it. Prove it. That's all you gotta do is prove it. Let me see. Frank Weber in the building, man. Salute. Raiders till death. Salute to you. I just hope it comes to an end before I die. Man, bruh. Tell me, the way I look at it, I'm closer to death than I was to coming out the womb. That's a fact. I'm closer to death than I was coming out the womb. Raiders, time is ticking, bruh. And everybody don't know their expiration date. Mine could be tomorrow or it could be 20, 30 years from now. But, bruh, we ain't got time for this shit. I want me and my son to enjoy a super. My son never seen a team in the Super Bowl. Oh, he only seen shit. He seen 2 playoff seasons. We had season tickets in 2015 and 16, just me and him. So 2016, we were there for that whole season, every home game. We were there. Him as a little boy. Now this Mickey Ficky 16, bro. He's 1 year away, 2 years away from college, and never seen the Raiders win a playoff game. I gotta have that experience with my son before I'm gone. I want him to have that memory. Like I remember, like this is crazy. When the Golden Knights won the Stanley Cup, we went to the parade. Me and him. We got shirts and little foam hockey pucks and shit. That's a memory. When the Raiders gonna have that down the Las Vegas Strip celebration parade for winning the Super Bowl? That's what I'm waiting on. In Vegas. The Raiders win the Super Bowl, have a motherfucking parade in Las Vegas down the Strip is the day I'm living for. I can rest easy. Because I know it's going to be a party like no other party because the Raider Nation does it better than anybody. Any sport, any team, any fan base. We outdo them all. It's going to be so lit because I know everybody's coming here in Vegas if that happens for the parade. And I know Mark Davis is going to go big. He's going to go big. So shit, I wouldn't mind. When's the next time can the Raiders win a Super Bowl in Las Vegas? Yeah, 2029 looks like it's about to happen. The 2029 Super Bowl is in discussions with Las Vegas for hosting it then. Super Bowl 63. I don't want to wait then, though. I don't want to wait then. Because we still got Santa Clara this Super Bowl, LA after that, and then Atlanta after that. I'm ready, boy. Come on, Pete Carroll. And I know when it comes to situations like this, you can't rush to judgment. You can't just say, get out of here before it's time. Because we had situations where we did that and we were wrong. Remember everybody wanted to get rid of Trey Tucker? Remember that? Remember we wanted to get rid of Trey Tucker because he wasn't doing shit? He would have been doing this shit for another team because so far, he's maturing into a nice wide receiver and a nice weapon. And I know the idea was to try to win now. That's not going to always be the thing. You could try to win now, but you hope to win now. But the true aspect of the whole thing is we got to play the long game. We got to play the long game. We got to start adding pieces and get them acclimated with each other to have a team ready in 2-3 years. Then we can hit the ground running. We need to get our young quarterback and put him behind Geno now. Right now. And I say right now, I ain't saying like today. I'm talking about next draft. You go get a guy. Or maybe somebody's on the trading block. You never know. And one of my predictions is, here's my bold take in the NFL news and what possibly could happen. Don't be surprised when the day comes. Remember, I told you everything comes to an end? Because there's going to be a day when the Baltimore Ravens and Lamar Jackson comes to an end. And that's a quarterback you don't have to develop. Can you imagine? Get your O-line right, but you get a Lamar Jackson in a Chip Kelly offense? Come on now. That's but he's 28. That's the only thing right there, but he's still 6 years younger than Geno. With no major injuries. Fingers crossed. I don't wish injury on nobody unless we playing you. But you can go that route. You can go into the draft. You got options in the draft. You got Lenore Sellers. That's a very good option. You might even want to call him Lamar Jackson 2.0. But he's a big physical presence in the pocket and mobile and got an arm. A name that I said to people that you need to keep your eye on is Dante Moore. Who's that? Oregon Ducks quarterback. Why does that make sense? Another big presence in the pocket that's mobile as well with a very accurate arm as well. Coming out of Michigan. He spent 2023 where? At UCLA. Who was the head coach? Oh, Chip Kelly. Before he transferred to Oregon. Now Dante Moore got the Ducks playing. There's a big game this weekend. I think they got Penn State this weekend. That's number 6 against number 3, I think it is. Penn State's number 3. Pay attention. Watch Oregon. See, that's why I watch these college games, because I'm looking at these players. Another one. Everybody keep mentioning him, but I don't think he's going to come out this year, is Arch Manning. Another mobile quarterback. Good stature in the pocket. Texas quarterback. Keep your eye on Texas when they play, just to get an idea of what this guy is. But they think that he's going to go back to college and do his 4 years before he even comes out as pro, because that's what Peyton and Eli both did. They stayed all 4 years. That might be a prerequisite in the Manning family, that you must stay and get your degree. Not I'm go back and get it later. No, get your degree now, then you can come out. Because that's what it's been looking like in their family. But we'll see what happens, though. But, yeah, there's a lot of things out there that we have to pay attention to as far as the future of the Raiders, like the near future. Not like, I ain't talking no 10-year plan. I'm not even talking about five-year plan. I expect in 5 years we one of the teams. We one of them ones. Like how Philadelphia and Green Bay and Washington and Buffalo, like them is the ones. Detroit, like them is the ones now. In 5 years, I expect to be one of them teams, hands down. Pete Carroll won't be here. It'll be handed off to whoever's next in line, but everything will be set and ready to go with all the wrinkles ironed out. And right now, we got a lot of wrinkles that's on the offensive line. We just got to iron them out, figure out what the starting five is, the best starting five. If you got to upgrade in the draft, go do it. Go do it. Address the offensive line this offseason. And I'm giving them a 1 year in the hole, because one thing is, when you come in and inherit an organization, as far as trying to clean it up and give it all the things it needs to nourish into something that's a contender, what you have to do first is analyze what you have there, because these guys that's already there ain't guys you chose. Might be guys you don't even know anything about. But you got to put them through the wash and see exactly do they come out clean or do they come out wrinkled and ripped. So you got to analyze your talent. That's why it makes sense not to give Malcolm Kuntz a big deal, especially coming off an injury. He's back. You give him 1 year, $12 million. We're paying you, but you got to show us. Jacoby Myers, I see the same thing too. Everybody was talking about Jacoby Myers. Oh, he didn't drop a pass last year. How many did he drop this year with a better quarterback? That's why I said it's one of them fluke seasons. It took him not to drop a pass to have over 1,000 yards receiving. Shout out to Tony Fawcett Jr. Just subscribe to the channel, man. Salute to you, man. I appreciate you. Welcome. But the team has to analyze it, because you notice after the draft is when Spy Tech went out there and brought dude from Denver and dude from Philadelphia in the front office. If we would have had those guys here for the draft, how would the draft would have went then? The scouting department. What guys would we have scouted? You know what I mean? That's one thing bad about a new regime coming in. You're coming in like with your hair on fire. We got to go look for talent. We got to analyze this. And what do the Raiders need? What do they have on the roster now? What are they missing? Does this guy still fit? Do we get rid of him, let him walk, and get this? Bruh, you can't be organized when you're rushing. So I give him a 1 year in the hole. You coming in last minute after the season ended, after the Super Bowl, you in there and trying to scramble and get things right. What did punk ass Jim Harbaugh look like with the Chargers last year, and what they look like this year? That's the difference of having a year to analyze shit and then a second year to go ahead and really do it the right way. So I'm going to give them this offseason with the draft and free agency to exactly see how they maneuver. Now that they have time and they're collecting all the information during the season, watching college football now, who was they watching college football for? Spike Tech was watching for the Tampa Bay Bucks before he knew he got this job. Pete Carroll was in Seattle sipping on Starbucks and chewing on pig fat. No, let me quit. I don't know what the fuck he was doing. Chewing on a Slim Jim, drinking black coffee and chewing on a Slim Jim, watching reruns of WWE WrestleMania. So when was they getting ready? That's why I said you can't give them this year like that with the talent they bring in. It was a rush job. Now next draft is what we got to grade them on. Next draft is it. You have time now. You added key components to your front office to go out there and scout and find the talent. And what does the Raiders lack right now? We know the O-line. I guarantee, and they drafted 2 offensive linemen, so they knew off bat there's a problem. You go get Charles Grant and you go get Caleb Rogers. So it's like you knew. You grabbed 2 offensive linemen in the same draft. Same way you addressed the defensive line. You went and got 2 defensive tackles in the same draft. So you knew something. Something wasn't right about the trenches on both sides of the ball. And I expect you to go into the draft and do it again. There's going to be some we're going to have money. There's going to be some free agents out there that not too old, but legitimate. And maybe some teams move on from them, not because they're not good, because of the money aspect. How much are they making compared to this rookie we just drafted? You know what I mean? That's why I say after the draft, we're going to see a lot of things settle as far as what's still out there, what teams move on from. So it's a wait and see. Just 1 year. I'm not saying give him 2, 3, 4. No. First year, you're in the hole. You know what I mean? It's just like when you get a new job. You not knowing everything in that job the first. You don't know the fucking. If you get a manager job at whatever the hell you got a manager job at in a warehouse at Wendy's, whatever, you don't know your personnel. You don't know everybody's strengths. You got to sit and watch. They're watching film. You got a 53-man roster, and all 53 you're going through with a fine-tooth comb, trying to see in different scenarios what they're good at and what they're not, and then try to put them, if you keep them, put them in a scenario to make them successful. That's what you got to do. You're not going to know off bat. 1 year going to give you enough information to be like, you know what? We're going to let him walk. We need to replace him, so put it down. We need a defensive end. We need a complementary piece to Max Crosby. It didn't work out with Christian Wilkins because Christian Wilkins was given phalange enemas. And for those that don't know, phalanges are your fingers. So he's sticking his finger in the booty hole, giving enemas to other players. That's not cool, bro. That's SA all day. You know what I mean? You can't be trying to give people prostate exams during the game. You go to the blue tent and do that shit. But yeah, man, Christian Wilkins flipped out. So man, it's just, it's a lot of shit that we got to let these guys do. But at the same time, you're on the clock, bruh. We in week 3. I'm not giving up on the season. I'm definitely ain't gonna give up on the team, but I don't want this season I'm gonna watch every game, win, lose, or tie. Talking about that, I'm gonna retire as a Raider. I'm not retiring shit. It's to the grave with me. Shit, it's not just in me, it's on me. You feel me? It's on me too. Shit. Let me see what else in the building, man. Desert Raider in the building, man. Salute to you. Yeah, he went, but you don't just go out there and splurge before you know what I mean? And plus, Spytek is one of them dudes that knows what the landscape of free agency is going to look like next year. So just because you got money, like my dad used to, don't let that money burn a hole in your pocket. If I'm Spytek, when this is the way they say he operates, he's not looking at just what's available now. He's seeing contracts from other teams at different players at positions that he say that, well, that player would fit what we're trying to do. His contract is up, most likely, and they just drafted a rookie in that same position that's sitting behind them, so they're ready for replacement. Keep the money low. See, a lot of this is not because the guy is not productive. 9 times out of 10 is financial. To free up money, this is what we need to do. We got a guy to replace him on a cheaper contract, even though he's a Pro Bowler, but he's a 29-year-old Pro Bowler. Offensive lineman, I don't give a fuck if they 29, if they 19, if you know what I mean. I want somebody to be productive. So yeah, Spytek sat on money because Spytek probably sees what does the landscape of free agency look like next season. What are the positions and what names at those positions will be available most likely? This is the games they play. It's like playing chess. I'm not trying to make a move just now. I'm trying to set you up for later. You got to set your team up for success later. Plain and simple. Just like you got Geno Smith for 3 years. The 3rd year could be a dummy year and be done with him. You got basically 2 years. That's enough time to find you a franchise quarterback for the future and put him behind Geno to be groomed. That's playing the long game. We didn't just jump in the draft and get a quarterback now. Just wait. Next year, the class of quarterbacks is a way lot better than it were this past season. Way lot better than this past draft. The quarterback is ridiculous, especially dual threat quarterbacks. It's ridiculous in this draft. Same with linebackers. Linebackers are ridiculous in this draft coming up. So why would I spend my money in last year's draft knowing the talent pool is way better? Look, Cam Ward got drafted number 1, Cam Ward got drafted number 1 overall in the draft this past season. They said if he was in the draft the year before, he would have been 6th or 7th. That shows you a big drop. If the number 1 quarterback in his last draft would have been 6 or 7 in the draft prior, what's that telling you? I'm not trying to draft no quarterback in that draft. Now, next year, the talent pool is way better. And I'll just mention a few of them, and there's more. The quarterback from Cal is another one. I don't think he's gonna come out though. I think he's. I don't think. I think he did. He red shirt. I can't remember. But I mentioned people: Dante Moores, Arch Mannings, Lenore Sellers. What's the dude last name Green? He was the quarterback of Boise State in 2023 when Ashton Genty was prominent in the passing game because he had a dual threat quarterback. What's dude name? I'm gonna tell you his name. Who was the quarterback for Boise State in 2023? I know his last name was Green. Who was the quarterback last name Green that played for Boise State? Talon Green. Keep your name on from Boise State. Where is he at now? He's at the University of Arkansas. He was the main reason why Genty was very well balanced in the passing and running game. Because who was passing him the ball? Talon Green. Keep your eye on him. He's another dual threat quarterback that left Boise State after 2023 to go to Arkansas. And then after that, they went run heavy with a new coordinator in Boise State to run the ball. And that's when Genty got all them numbers rushing. But passing in the passing game, receiving, Genty 2023, Genty was balanced as a Mickey Ficky. And it was all Talon Green having a dual threat quarterback made that happen until he left. So that's another name you got to keep your eye on. There's quarterbacks in this draft that's ridiculous, bro. I'm telling you right now, way better than this past draft. Tamar G in the building, salute to you. Let me make sure I got everybody. I'm about to get my ass up out of here. Let me see. Hey, it ain't looking good, but Raiders for life. That's right. For real, for real. Because I know what, once they get the offensive line corrected, things is gonna change. Things is gonna change. And we talk about the defense period. Why? Even though time of possession, I think this last game the Raiders won, but that was, I think, towards the end type shit. It was like we were 3 and that. We have long drives and then bam, give it up. And then they have a long ass drive, have our defense out there, and then we'll do some shit where we special teams will kick it off and then right back, get ready to score again. Come on, bro. Special teams is another thing. Come on, y'all. Come on. You letting these guys just run through y'all like y'all just, and then you let the running backs wrap them up. Come on, man. Okay, it's 4:01. I need to get my ass up out of here, man. Hey, y'all, salute to y'all. You guys have a great Tuesday. See y'all tomorrow, hump day, middle of the week. We're on to take on the Bears this Sunday at Allegiant Stadium, man. Let's see what kind of improvements we can make. Do the Raiders go out there in free agency and scour the streets of Compton for offensive linemen? Nah, fuck with you. But yeah, man, hopefully we can get this thing corrected, man, because as long as this offensive line is trashola, then they're going to play like fish bones and use condoms. You feel me? So with that being said, I'm Lunatic Raider. And like I always say about this time, man, I'm out this bitch.